So how long does it take to exchange contracts on a property? Exchanging contracts on your property here in Oxfordshire is a significant milestone in the home buying process, and along with completion, it's the most exciting event for new homeowners. The exchange of contracts is the point at which the buyer is legally obliged to purchase the property from the seller, and for the new owners, it's when they can finally start making concrete plans for their new home. But how long does it actually take to exchange contracts? Well, when purchasing a property in Oxfordshire, the timescales for each part of the process can vary massively between different transactions. As a rough estimate though, you can expect the exchange of contracts to take on average 8 to 12 weeks. And people do ask, why is my exchange of contracts being delayed? And various factors can slow down the exchange process and unfortunately cause some unnecessary hold-ups. Some of the more common reasons for delays when exchanging would include the size of the chain. And broadly speaking, the shorter the chain, the smoother the transaction, as there are less people and properties involved. Waiting for a mortgage offer. Buyers only need a mortgage in principle to confidently make an offer on a property. However, once the offer's been accepted, they'll need to wait for the lender to offer them the actual mortgage. This can be a drawn-out process if they have a messy credit history or a variable salary. A difference in valuations. A lender may value the property much lower than the agreed sale price, and in this instance, they're likely to offer the buyer a mortgage for the lower amount. This means the buyer either needs to get the price reduced, find a larger deposit to cover the difference, or find a new lender who will let them borrow the full amount. Search results being delayed. When an offer on a property has been accepted, the buyer's solicitor will begin to conduct several searches, including environmental, water, and local searches. And sometimes it can take several weeks for the results of these searches to come back. And if they flag concerns, then the solicitor will need to raise further inquiries, which again delays the process further. Overworked or slow solicitors. Unfortunately for buyers and sellers, there are times when a property transaction may not be top of the solicitor's priority. They may have a mountain of other casework, or they may be slow to responding to inquiries from the other party, and in these cases it's worth chasing your own solicitor for updates and progress. But how can you speed up the exchange? Well, in most cases, there is very little that buyers and sellers can actually do to speed up the process, as most delays are completely out of control, such as slow search results and mortgage lenders having to conduct background checks on the buyer. However, in some cases, these things can actually help. Chase your solicitor. And hopefully this won't be necessary, as a good solicitor will keep you updated regularly. If they're not, then it may just be worth giving them a call to check on the process from time to time. But there is a difference between giving them a slight nudge and being a nuisance, so don't fall into that latter category. However, if you feel like things aren't moving very quickly, then it surely is worth just picking up the phone and finding out what the delay is. Buyers, have your deposit ready in advance. One thing that buyers often overlook until the last minute is their deposit funds. These can often be tied up in savings accounts or trusts which aren't instantly accessible, which can delay the whole process by a further few days. Therefore, make sure your deposit is instantly accessible before getting to the 11th hour and discovering you cannot get it. Sellers, have your paperwork in order. If you are selling a property, then consider the sort of things that the buyer will want to know in advance, like double glazing guarantee, boiler service records, and electrical certificates. May all seem trivial when you're living in the property, but to a new buyer, these are the sort of things that they'll want to know before committing to the purchase. Be proactive. Sometimes delays can occur because one side is responding slowly to the other's inquiries, and there can be a breakdown in communication in the middle. If this is the case, contact your estate agent to find out if they can shed any light on the delays, or ask your solicitor to chase the other solicitor. It can often be a minor detail holding up a transaction, which could be nipped in the bud with a couple of phone calls. I hope this helps. This is Damion from Fine & Country, Oxfordshire. Thank you.